A very good morning and welcome to yet another edition of the YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Jed Abdin. We start off with a look at your headlines.
Newsfirst headline.
In headlines, 717 complaints ahead of presidential election. SLTB ensures uninterrupted services amid election campaigns. Presidential candidates' asset statements released. Divers find 5 bodies in wreck of Silsiri yacht. And in sports, Ollie Pope signs for Adelaide Strikers. And now your news in detail. In local news, the Election Commission has reported receiving a total of 717 complaints related to the presidential election. Among these, a significant 693 complaints pertain to violations of election laws, while additionally the Commission has noted the receipt of a complaint concerning acts of violence. And also in more local news, the Sri Lanka Transport Board has announced that despite the use of its buses for various presidential election campaign rallies, normal operations remains unaffected. Chairman Lalit Dialvis confirmed that no public complaints have received regarding a shortage of buses. Alvis assured that SLTB buses which serve difficult and rural areas will not be allocated for election rallies. He emphasized that the SLTB will ensure public convenience is maintained throughout the election period. In compliance with a recent notice from the Election Commission, the SLTB has submitted a report detailing the expenses for providing buses for the presidential election. And also in more local news, the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption has announced that the statements of assets and liabilities provided by the presidential candidates are now available for public access. These documents have been made accessible through the Commission's official website. In compliance with Section 89 of the Anti-Corruption Act, the candidates' asset and liability statements were submitted to the Election Commission along with their nomination papers. The Commission has ensured that except for information that should not be disclosed, the remaining contents of these statements are now public. And up next is international news.
International news.
In news overseas, drivers searching the wreckage of a super yacht which sank off the coast of Sicily on Monday have found the bodies of 5 of the 6 missing passengers and have recovered 4 of them to shore. The Italian Coast Guard has not formally identified the bodies which have been brought up from the wreck of the Bayesian, but rescuers have spent days searching for the 4 Britons and 2 Americans. These include Mike Lynch, the UK tech entrepreneur whose wife owns the Bayesian yacht, his daughter Hannah Lynch, the chairman of Morgan Stanley Bank International Jonathan Bloomer, and his wife Judy Bloomer. Up next is your update on sports.
Sports news.
In sports, England's current standing Test captain Ollie Pope has signed with Adelaide Strikers for the Big Bash League. Pope, who is leading England against Sri Lanka due to Ben Stokes' hamstring injury, will be available for the Strikers after the Test tour of New Zealand, which finishes on the 18th December, which means he will miss at least their first match. Pope will be looking to build on a T20 record of 1,295 runs at 28.77 and a strike rate of 132.82. He had a lean time in the recent 100 for London Spirit, where he made 35 runs in 5 innings. And with that, we wrap up this edition of the YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I've been Jed Abdin. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.